Hello and welcome to Rocket Lab Launch Complex 1. My name is Photon and I'm one of the launch team members here at Rocket Lab. Today's mission is dubbed Rhythm of the Night in respect to the song Rhythm of the Night, which our team here loves. Now, let's talk about the payloads on this mission. This mission will be launching XVGO1 to conduct space experiments and attempting some other classified experiments.
GNC LD mission.
LD GNC.
And at this point, confirm your monitoring mission accord and LD accord.
Can confirm. RCO flight mission.
Go ahead.
Please open the LC-1 launch switch cover and confirm.
Switch cover is up. Please stop.
Please toggle the abort switch and confirm.
Toggle confirmed.
Okay, please keep the LC-1 launch switch cover open from this time.
Copy.
RCO, please confirm you're actively monitoring mission accord and radio accord and safety net.
Confirmed.
Alongside XVGO1, we will be launching Photon 0A. Photon 0A is a test CubeSat that will be doing several tests like communications from ground and other space-to-ground tests. Today we're launching from Pad A, and on the pad you see Electron. Electron is a three-stage launch vehicle which used a highly refined version of kerosene, also known as RP-1 or Rocket Propellant 1. Our first stage is powered by 9 sea-level Rutherford engines, which do the bulk of the work in getting the payloads to a high enough altitude until the second stage can do the rest of the work. The second stage is fitted with a Rutherford vacuum engine capable of circularizing the orbit. Our final stage is the kick stage. This is a small mini-satellite capable of executing several burns to get the payloads into a precise orbit.
And all stations, LD on mission, currently proceeding with the go, no-go sequence. Stage.
They just go.
Avionics.
Avionics is go.
AFTS.
AFTS is go.
GNC.
GNC is go.
MECON.
Megan is go.
T1.
T1 is go.
GC.
GC is go.
BLS.
BLS is go.
RSO.
RSO is go.
MET.
MET is go.
MM.
MM is go.
Recovery.
Recovery is go.
LD SEP.
LD SEP is go.
Executive.
Executive is go for launch and recovery.
All stations, LD on mission, go no-go sequence is complete. We'll go for terminal count starting at T-minus 10 minutes, and from this point on, the 3-word hold procedure is in effect.
Now, as you just heard there, the go-no-go sequence proceeded nominally. The go-no-go sequence just makes sure that everybody is ready for the launch of Electron. If anyone were to say no-go, the count would be halted, and the
Avionics, LD on mission.
Go ahead, LD.
Proceed with sequence 45, avionics terminal checks.
Copy that, proceeding with avionics terminal checks. Stage 1 igniter pursues verified, hydraulic pursues verified, and stage 1 pre-valves open. LD GC on mission.
Go ahead.
Pad terminal checks complete.
Copy. Stage LD on mission. Stage LD on mission.
LD stage.
Proceed with stage terminal check sequence 46.
Top clamp open.
Stage 1 stage 2 aboard,
The-
engines are ready.
As you just heard there, the top clamp on the Electron on the Strongback has opened. The top clamp basically holds the rocket in position when we're transporting it to the launch pad, pad A or B. And as we proceed into the count, the Strongback will retract. Or apologies, the at the beginning, the top clamp will open. This is one of the steps we need to take to make sure the Electron launches nominally.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 high voltage batteries ready for flight. Avionics terminal checks complete.
Copy. All avionics on stage. Thank you. And GC, LGR mission. Please proceed with sequence 47, pad ready for launch.
Sequence 47 in work.
And a few minutes before this time, the ground crew cleared the pad. The ground crew basically do the final checks before the rocket starts fueling, and they clear the pad towards T0.
LD state mission.
Go ahead.
Stage terminal checks complete.
Copy that. Avionics, LD on mission.
LD avionics.
Proceed with sequence 51, AFTS enabled for flight.
Proceeding with sequence 51.
AFTS, LD on mission.
LD AFTS.
Please confirm AFTS is green and enabled for flight.
Confirmed AFTS is green and enabled flight.
And as you can see right now, the Strongback has finally retracted. This is another thing we need to do to make sure Electron can actually get off the pad correctly.
RSO, LD on mission.
RSO LD.
Please confirm that range is green and we have no obstructions for launch.
Can confirm no obstructions.
Now let's go ahead and talk about a bit more about Electron and the payloads on the rocket. As you heard about a minute or two ago, AFTS was enabled for flight. The AFTS is the flight termination system. In the case that Electron were to have an error with its guidance or any major system, The AFTS, or Flight Termination System, would take care of it and destroy the rocket midair. We destroy the rocket in midair so that way it doesn't land in somebody's house or something like that. The payloads on board, as we mentioned, were the payloads on board were XVGO1 and Photon 0A. XVGO1 is the main satellite for this mission, and as stated, it will be conducting space experiments. The Photon 0A is a Maxwell satellite, and as stated before, it is a test CubeSat.
RCO, Flight Mission Accord.
Flight, this is RCO.
Status.
Status is green.
We are now coming up on the T-minus 3-minute mark. At this point, we will go ahead and hand you over to Mission Control for the final call-outs before liftoff.
All stations, this is LD on mission. From now on, there should be no red flags in your LCCs. Mecon, all LD on mission Accord. Confirm flight computer has got a green.
Has got a green.
Mecon, please lock the auto sequence and confirm.
Auto sequence locked.
All stations, LD on mission Accord. We are go for auto sequence start at T-minus 2 minutes. LDS go for launch.
All AV bats have been switched to internal power.
Vehicles on internal power. Present liquid oxygen. Liquid oxygen load is complete. System is in recirculation.
Anti-gasering disabled. High flow engine purge is enabled.
Stage 1, Stage 2 tank suppressor flight.
Water deluge is activated.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
beautiful liftoff of Electron there.
Guidance is nominal. PHV discharge nominal. Vehicle is supersonic.
Vehicle is now at basically Mach 1.
Approaching maximum aerodynamic pressure. Electron has passed through maximum aerodynamic pressure.
As you just heard there, Electron just passed through the max Q region of flight. This is basically the point when the aerodynamic stresses on the launch vehicle are the most.
Stage 1 guidance remains nominal.
AOS Shadow Stage. Stage 1 propulsion is forward.
Electron is looking like it's having a good flight so far. Nothing has gone wrong at this point in the flight. Again, if anything were to go wrong, the FTS would blow up the craft.
Miko.
Miko.
Flight analysis recovery. LDO mission accord. Execute sequence 53. Stage 1 recovery operation.
Copy sequence 53 mark.
Fair separation.
As you heard there, the recovery teams are now proceeding with Stage 1 recovery operations. You may get a camera view of the recovery boat in a few moments here. Everything looking good on Electron so far.
PHV discharge nominal.
Stage 2 guys.
Now here in just a few moments, Stage 1 will begin to re-enter the atmosphere.
Stage 1 re-entry. Throttle throttling down, stage 2 guidance is nominal, 13 seconds remaining.
Deco. Kick stage separation confirmed. Kick stage ignition.
As you can see, we had 3 events with the electron happening in sequence. Seco, which is basically the cutoff of the second stage engine. Kick stage separation, which is, as the name implies, the separation of our kick stage. And kick stage ignition, which is the ignition of the Curie engine on the bottom of the kick stage.
Parachute deploying. AFTS is saved.
As you just heard there, the AFTS was saved or saved. This basically prevents an accidental firing of the flight termination system, as that would not be good.
Maxwell payload separation.
As you just saw there, the Maxwell payload on the kick stage has separated. Now the kick stage will reignite for the main payload. The ignition of the kick stage is taking a little bit longer than expected.
Stage 1 splashdown.
And it appears we have the stage one. Stage one has splashed down in the sea, and recovery teams will now be going to get it.
Recovery teams execute sequence 31, stage 1 recovery.
Sequence 31 in work.
Payload has separated.
And as you see there, the main payload has separated from the kick stage. The kick stage has done its job and has delivered the customer's payload into the nominal orbit. Because the payload customers have confirmed they have received their signals necessary from their satellites. As you can see, the recovery boat is now coming up on the Electron first stage. Now, while we're waiting for the recovery on the Electron first stage to finish up, we're going to go ahead and talk about the future plans for Electron. First up, the launch pad in the USA. As you know, we have two launch pads in New Zealand, A and B. But Electron will be getting another launch pad in Virginia, if I'm correct. This one will be called the complex in itself will be called Launch Complex number 2. As already our New Zealand Launch Complex is already called Launch Complex number 1. Launch Complex in Wallops is run by NASA and the launch complex itself is called Wallops Flight Facility. Another one of our future plans is, hold on, we're gonna wait for the Electron first stage to get on deck.
Electron is on deck, returning to dock.
Currently, future and ongoing plans at this time, if not already ongoing, is expanded fairings for the Electron kick stage. We also have another version of our kick stage called Low Earth Orbit Photon, which is basically an upgraded version of our original kick stage. The LEO Photon will be using an upgraded version of the Curie engine.
Electron is on deck.
Apologies. The kick stage will use an upgraded version of the Curie engine. It will also use upgraded solar panels, reactor control system, and it will have its own onboard fuel. This kick stage will be able to travel farther than the regular kick stage and execute more burns than the regular kick stage can. This kick stage is only designed for Earth orbit, but we do have an interplanetary version of our kick stage called Interplanetary Photon. It is an upgraded version of both kick stages, or both previous kick stages, and can go as far as Venus, or even can go as far as the Moon or even Venus. The engine on this Photon contains a Hyper Curie engine, which is a larger nozzle and will use different fuels than what the other kick stages use. Those are currently our future and current plans for Electron so far and its kick stage. When we get more, we will update you. Also, we should remind you that Photon's lunar test flight will be in March of 2021 or around that time. So be excited for that. And a call you may have heard while I was speaking about the other plans was that Electron was on deck. And you might have seen it be put onto the deck of Seaworker. And at this time, Electron's first stage is now being delivered back to dock. And that's about it for today's launch coverage of In the Rhythm of the Night. This ends the live broadcast from us today at Auckland. See you at the next launch.